to Let's Go Live. It's episode 25 and it's Mini Maker Week. I'm Maddie.
Hello, I'm Greg, and all together now, we are live!
You can join us here in our spare room, or the Maker Den, as we've turned it into this week, live weekday mornings at 11 a.m.
Today's show is all about shadows and light, and as always it's going to be full of a quiz, and there's going to be the selfie, and there's going to be games and activities, loads of makes, and of course lots and lots of your photos.
In fact, well, first of all, hello if you're joining us in the live chat. Thank you so much for being with us live, and if you're joining us later, hi, thanks for catching up. Who is in the live chat?
We've got Sheba in Milton Keynes.
Great. We've got Lacey in Abbey Mead. Hi.
We've got Oliver in Rugby.
And Ella and Zach in Australia.
Hello.
How's it down under?
Hello. We've got Orla in Northern Ireland.
We've got Arhan in Sheffield.
Justin in the USA. Hello, America.
Hello. And Max in Finland. What an international bunch we've got today.
Gosh, we've got so many people.
Brilliant.
This is going to be a really, really fun show. Hello as well, if you're watching afterwards. This week is Mini Makers. This is a collaboration with our maker friends at the Life Science Centre in Newcastle.
Yeah, we're already really enjoying our week of playing, tinkering, building, and of course making stuff. It's great.
Yesterday we showed you two makes. We showed you a cardboard box maze and also loopy lifters. And we showed you our versions, our takes on it. And God, we gave you a task of coming up with your own.
We have been overwhelmed with your photos, and every single one of you has impressed us with your creativity. Thank you. We can't show everybody's photos, but trust me, they are all brilliant. Let's just see a handful of them right now. First up, this is Sadie and Isaac. They made a Greg copter to save Maddie from lions at the Colosseum.
That's amazing.
What else?
Sarah, Aaron and Hannah, who were really creative and made their maze out of Lego. They included a dead end, and the Lego has bumpy bits that you need to go over.
Will loves fishing and eating yummy food, so he made his loopy lifter of all his favourite foods with his face ready to gobble them up.
Eva and Emil love designing and creating, and they made this beach clean-up loopy lifter.
What a lovely idea. Rebecca made an amazing maze, which turned into some kind of obstacle course.
Oh, sorry,
there it
Rebecca.
is, just there. Look how great that is.
I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Sophie and Abby, they made this maze for their guinea pigs. They're very disobedient, but they managed to get there in the end. Look at that.
Molly and Phoebe made this mermaid maze complete with a seaweed avenue, starfish tunnel, shipwreck yard, and a googly-eyed sea monster.
Henry made his made out of tins, tubes, tape, Toblerone and toy boxes, and he used a lot of sticky traps using folded up tape.
Now look at this one. Finn and Niall, they made a dino space-themed maze with traps, including tar pits, a false space door, and a few dead ends.
Wow. And this is Mariam and Abdullah, and they made their own mazes and included loads of traps like a giant squid, electric eels, sharks, megalodons, and even a mosasaurus. You lot have done so well. That is amazing. Onwards then with today's theme, which is shadows and light. Now, you might be wondering, where is that Maddie gone again? Where is she gone? Right, Maddie's gone. Oh, there she is. We've made a shadow den in the corner. Let's see if I can bring you up, Mads. All right, shadow den camera's on. There she is. It's just a sheet that we've put up over that corner of the spare room studio. Right, okay, so Mads, going to show us some of your best hand shadows, please.
Okay, so you have to guess what shadow animal I'm making.
You have to guess what shadow animal she is making. Okay, the first shadow animal, please. Okay, you ready for this? Write down in the live chat what you think that is. If you're watching back, yell it out. I think that's a bird, Mads.
Yay! Well done!
All right, good.
Okay.
What's next? Second one. Here we go. She's been practicing. Oh, lower it down a bit. I know what that is. Yell it out. It's a dog. She's working now. Is that a dog? All right, what's next?
Okay, how about...
Lower it down a little bit for us. Oh my goodness. At first I was like, is that a chicken with the thing? A male chicken with the thing on its head? And then I was like, hang on. Yeah. That's a moose or a stag. That's amazing.
Thanks.
That is so good.
Hang on.
Good job. Are we gonna get one more? Okay. Everyone's guessing. We've had butterflies, ducks, birds, Someone cast a crocodile. What's this one?
Well,
What on earth is that? Oh, it's a duck. It's a duck. I could tell because she did the quack noise.
What if I just do this?
What's that?
I don't know. What does it look like?
It's
I'm
just
making it up.
it's just hands. I've got no idea.
Hang on, I've got one more.
It's like a snail.
Yeah, that'll do. Snail.
All right, she's going bonkers in there. Right, you lot. Let's think about what a shadow is. Right. So if I take a light source, so this is just a little light. So when the light comes on, the light comes out in straight lines. The bulb is producing light, but that light can't pass through a solid object. So when a solid object gets in the way, that light which is coming out straight from the bulb gets blocked, and behind you get an area that's dark. You can see it here with Maddie's hand, and the area that's behind is the shadow, right? And we say that her hand is casting a shadow on, in our instance, the door. Now, Mads, can you move your hand closer and then further away from the light? And what can you see is happening? Yeah, the shadow is changing size. So first of all, shadows are not always the same size as the thing that's making them, as the object that's casting that shadow. And also that same shadow can change size. And that's by moving closer. If you move your hand closer, it blocks more of that light coming out from the little torch. And if you move it away, it blocks less of that light, and therefore the shadow is smaller. All right, you can come out again. Here she comes. All right, let's turn shadow cam off.
That was fun.
You did really well. It was really impressive.
Thank you so much.
Love that.
Now, where are we? Right, so my hand is solid, and we call objects that we can't see through opaque. So it cast a dark, solid shadow. But what would happen if we would try to make a shadow with something transparent, something that we could see through, like glass? What about if we try to make a shadow with something translucent? So that's a material that you can kind of see through. So something like tracing paper. Shadows can be really cool and make very interesting patterns. And
you know what I feel coming on?
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it.
Oh, it started.
Do the shadow puppets. Let's see your
That
shadow
was amazing.
puppets. Thanks.
Moose.
Moose. All right, that'll do.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to show you some pictures of shadows that have been made using everyday objects that you can find around the house. You have to guess what made the shadow.
Nice.
All right, so let's see our very first image.
Here it is.
What do you think made this shadow? The answer, everybody, is a reusable drinks bottle.
Yeah.
Well done.
Did you get that? Nice one. All right.
Great.
Okay.
Next
one. What made this shadow? What cast this shadow?
Ooh.
Look, see the shimmeriness? I think that shows us that it's glass.
I think so.
Right,
I think
the
you've got some light
passing through glass.
And then there's something inside it, that's for sure. That is spaghetti in a jar.
Okay, next up, here it is.
Okay.
So that's kind of obvious what that one is.
Yeah, that's a shopping trolley.
Yeah.
But it's actually a little desktop shopping trolley. So it really shows how you can play with scale when you're making shadows. Cool.
All right, you lot. What is this?
That's very interesting.
What cast that shadow?
It is
a pair of glasses. Okay, next up.
All right. Oh, lovely.
Ooh.
So that, again, we've got some shimmery light bouncing about. So I would say that's something made of glass with something inside it. How about a jar of squash?
I thought that was jelly.
Oh, I think, that's purple squash.
I was like, please be jelly. Please be jelly. Okay, right, couple more. What we got?
I've always called blackcurrant squash purple, by the way.
Oh, yeah, you have actually. What's this one?
Okay.
It's a Dalek.
It's exterminate.
It's a robot.
It would be if it exterminated the cheese.
Oh.
That's a cheese grater, not a Dalek, silly.
Okay, and final one.
Oh, look at this. So it very much looks like Teddy has gone camping. But what has made the shadow? Let's give you a little time to think. What objects? Oh, okay, there you go. So it's some house plants, a book that's sort of like turned upside down, and then a little model of Teddy there.
Love
How lovely
that.
is that? cool.
That's a really creative idea.
Yes,
Love it.
You can create entire scenes, which is pretty impressive. So why don't you have a go at making your own interesting shadows? And something really fun, you can make a shadow onto a piece of paper and try drawing around it.
That's a great idea. Yeah. And then with the light at different angles, the shadow will look different. Nice.
Yeah,
right.
fun game.
It is time for our first make. And shadows that stay still are cool. They're interesting. We've seen them. They look great. Yeah. But how about making your own moving shadow puppet? Oh, yes.
So let's have a look at what Greg made before the show. That's so awesome.
It's a sailing boat bobbing up and down on the sea.
So this is sort of like a make your own shadow puppet. Flip it around, actually, because then we can see the mechanism. That's brilliant. How did you find making it?
So when I first saw this, I thought, that's going to be quite tricky, right? And then I followed the steps.
Yeah.
And it all came together. And I was like, it works. I had to fiddle. Like some bits didn't work. I had to fiddle a bit and work it out as I went. And then once I'd made it, I thought, hang on, this bit was getting stuck on the waves.
Yeah.
So I realised that I could add this extra bit of card. So actually in the video that we've got of how to make this, I've added that extra bit of card because that for me solved a little problem.
Oh, very good. Thinking on your feet there. So talking of videos, here is how you could make your own moving shadow puppet.
To make a moving shadow puppet, you could use
cardboard,
string,
BluTack,
pencil,
tape,
and scissors.
We started by cutting the piece of card in half. Then we drew on some waves and carefully cut them out.
Next, we drew a boat design, but you could draw anything. Carefully cut that out too.
For this puppet, you'll need 4 strips of card. 1 long, 2 short, and 1 in between the 2.
Now, cross over the long and medium strips like this. Put some BluTack underneath and make a hole through the cardboard with the pencil.
Then a little further up from the first one, make another hole through the strip and the smaller bit of card.
Cut 2 short pieces of string.
Thread 1 through the first hole and tie a knot to hold the 2 pieces of card together.
Next, make a hole in the wave card using the BluTack and pencil trick.
Take your second piece of string and thread it through the second hole you made.
Stick it down on one side, then flip it over and stick it down on the other.
Take your final short piece of card, place it over the long one and stick it in place.
Finally, fix your boat onto the upright strip. We used sticky tape.
To make the boat bob up and down, pull the handle back and forth. Wiggle it around a bit too.
Fantastic.
Ahoy there!
So there we go. Oh, things have changed a little bit. Maddie's in the tech seat right now. I feel like I've got so much power. Greg, give us a wave because it's Greg's turn to be in the shadow den. Go on, poke your head out. Where are you? Go on.
Hello!
There he is. Okay, so let's see the shadow den right now. And Greg, can you show us the sailboat shadow puppet working in action?
I'll do it this way around.
There you go. So he's just moving that lever back and forth. Put it down a little bit for us and then we can see the boat. That is excellent. That is so much fun. So actually, Greg has gone and made a moving puppet using a boat, but you could do absolutely anything. Why not make a plane that could be sort of flying above some clouds? You could do, I don't know, a bouncing kangaroo going over some grass.
That's
anything
a fun
like
idea.
that. Yeah, it could be, couldn't it?
Right.
So that is an example of a puppet that helps you make a moving shadow. But sometimes shadows move all by themselves.
Yeah, now if you go out on a sunny day, you will see, if the sun's out, right, and then you'll see a shadow behind you, and as you move, that shadow will move. But if you look at the shadow of a house or the shadow of a tree, something that doesn't move, you'll notice that during the day, their shadow actually does. Now, this is really interesting. It's because the sun is moving through the sky, although actually the sun isn't moving through the sky.
No.
The sun is staying completely still at the middle of our solar system, and what's happening is that planet Earth is spinning, is rotating, and it's going around the sun. And as the planet Earth spins, the position of the sun in the sky moves, and the position of that shadow moves.
Now, because the same thing happens every day, we can use these moving shadows in useful ways, like telling the time. So you might have heard of something called a sundial. It's basically a shadow clock, and a sundial is one of the oldest scientific instruments that we have. Let me show you this one right here. This is actually a sundial that was discovered outside an Egyptian tomb, and it's over 3,000 years old.
And here is a modern one. So this is a modern sundial. The stick in the middle is called a gnomon. And when the sun is shining, it casts a shadow. And we can look at where that shadow falls in order to tell the time.
Here's the thing. We actually went out into the garden and we attempted to make our own sundial using some pebbles.
So I put a stick in the grass and then I had pebbles ready for whenever the clock changed, the hour changed. Here we go. Let's see it. All right, so I first marked the sundial at 10 o'clock. That's that first stone. And then as planet Earth rotates, the sun position moves across the sky. And as the direction of the light hitting the stick changes, so does the shadow. I then marked the stone for 11 o'clock and yeah, the GoPro fell off.
Let's speed things up a little bit. So we marked our sundial at 12, 1 and 2. You might notice that the length of the shadow also changes. When the sun is low in the sky in the morning, it makes long shadows. And when it's higher in the sky in the middle of the day, it makes shorter shadows.
Just before 5 o'clock, the shadow of the house slowly moved across the garden and it blocked the dial. Blocked the gnomon.
Oh, I thought we did a really good job though.
I really enjoyed doing that actually, just nipping out all day and just putting the stones
Yeah,
up.
let's just show you what it looked like at the end of our experiment. You can kind of see it here.
So here it is, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we lost the light.
So next time you go outside when it's sunny, it's not sunny today in the UK, sadly, but have a look at your shadow and it's really interesting to see how that shadow will change at different times of the day.
Right, so we have had hand shadow puppets. Mm-hmm. We've had shadows made of objects. We've even had a homemade moving shadow puppet.
But I think it's time for a shadow puppet show and our second build of the day.
Okay, this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Every puppet show needs a puppet theatre.
It does. We have made a shadow stage. Now, if you go into the description box of this video, you'll actually find instructions on how to make your own shadow puppet theatre using a shoebox, but we've used a much bigger box. All we did was cut out a window at the bottom and then we filled it with some greaseproof paper. You could use tracing paper. And then if you look inside our theatre, we have actually just left the flaps like this. They're sort of going to act as shadow shields to keep our light. We're going to use a torch at the back here to keep everything nice and concealed and keep the light focused, which will make clearer shadows.
If you don't have a box, that's no problem. Just get creative. What else could you use? Maybe you could hang up a sheet and put a light behind the sheet and do your performance there. You lot were so amazing yesterday. I'm sure you'll come up with all sorts of neat ideas.
Now, you are about to watch the debut performance of A Sea Monster's Curse. It is a perilous tale of two pirates, Pegleg Greg and Matey Maddie.
Okay.
Right, before we start the show, now make sure you're listening carefully because we have dropped in some little facts from previous Let's Go Live episodes.
See if you can spot them.
Okay, whilst we get set up, we're going to play some shanty music. So please get comfortable and the show will begin in just a few moments. Go.
Okay, all right. Let's put this box in position.
All right, let's see you digging around like a pirate.
Oh no!
Okay. Okay, I'm moving back here to turn the lights off.
Okay, hang on, let me turn the torch on. Okay, the torch is ready.
All right, setting the scene. We're getting moody. The lights are off. There we go. Okay, let's have the torch in the theatre.
Getting the torch in the theatre.
Very good, very good.
Okay, I think we're almost set, Mads.
Almost there, almost there.
Okay, I'm back in my seat.
All right. Okay. And the show is about to begin. Here we go.
It was a dark, clear, windy... It was a clear and windy night aboard the Jolly Dodger, and Pegleg Greg and Matey Maddie anxiously looked out to sea. Hang on, I'm going to start that again.
Okay.
Hang on.
And go. Going well.
It was a clear and windy night aboard the Jolly Dodger, and Pegleg Greg and Matey anxiously looked out to sea.
Arr!
Arr! Are we nearly there yet, Matey? We've been sailing for days.
Oh, I hope so. The wind is in the sails, and there's nothing but fluffy cumulus clouds in the sky. We're being pushed along at quite a speed.
I can almost smell the treasure.
Pegleg, I think that might be your smelly socks.
Ah, my socks.
The piratical pirates approached Treasure Island. Hang on, I've lost the map.
Oh no.
And steadied their legs on dry land.
They opened up their treasure map and started following the directions to X marks the spot.
Not long now, Pegleg. We've just gone past the erupting volcano. Now we can finally avoid those rivers of flowing lava.
But we've been walking for hours. Bad accent. But we've been walking for hours. Surely we should stop soon.
Well, our shadow is getting shorter and shorter. It must be almost lunchtime.
As the sun began to set, the day grew longer, and so did their shadows. But just as they were about to give up...
Treasure!
There it is, the treasure!
We did it! We did it!
Oh, we didn't need to worry about that curse after all.
What curse?
You know, the sea monster's curse. You know, the one that goes... Whoever finds the golden treasure be forever cursed by monster of the sea.
You could have told me about that, Pegleg Greg.
Back on the Jolly Dodger, the pirates were celebrating their success, but just when they thought they got away...
A mystery ship!
The ship with an angry pirate crew chased the Jolly Dodger across the 7 seas, which, by the way, are the Arctic, the North Atlantic, the South Atlantic, the North Pacific, the Southern Pacific, the Indian and the Southern. But we do now tend to talk about oceans and say the Atlantic, the Pacific, the Indian, the Arctic and the Southern. That's the Antarctic Oceans, but hey, that's for next week.
Oh, what are we going to do, Pegleg? They must have found out that we've got the treasure. They'll never leave us alone now.
Where's the treasure?
What can we do? Don't worry about the treasure.
Okay. I know. Let's do the sea monster's curse. Let's chuck the treasure over to their ship and let the sea monster take them out.
Oh, but I thought it was just a silly curse.
We don't have a choice.
Oh, no. Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah, the piratical pair chucked the treasure, I found it, over to the mystery ship. And just when they thought they were going to be made into fish food, something rose from the deep.
Dun, 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 dun. Sea monster!
That's not any old sea monster. That's a mosasaur!
But I thought they went extinct over 60 million years ago.
Not in this story.
The mosasaur fell for the pirate's chick. It splashed its fins, grinned its teeth, and sunk the mystery baddie pirate ship. Pegleg Greg, Maddie Matey, the mosasaur and the Jolly Dodger were free once more.
We did it!
We did it!
We did it! Woo! The end!
Yay!
Quick, gotta get this, take that light out of there. Take this off here.
Here we go.
Hello, you lot. That was a bit bonkers, wasn't it? How are we all? Ooh.
That was very fun.
I think that's the most ambitious thing we've ever tried to do.
Wow, I very much hope you enjoyed our shadow puppet theatre show.
Quite hard doing that live.
I have no doubt that you can do a whole bunch better than us. So why don't you have a go at making your own shadow theatre and your own puppets too? Here's just some of ours. So we've got a little boat here on sticks. This was the treasure map that you may or may not have seen. I don't know what happened.
Various silhouettes. We had palm trees.
Yeah.
Oh, where's the pirate ship?
I have absolutely no idea.
Because we were really proud of this pirate ship.
We lost the treasure at some point.
Yeah,
and
here's the pirate ship made using bamboo sticks there as well. Look. And then here are, we've got some of these here that we actually just cut out. We just printed and cut out.
Yeah, they were just some shapes that we got off the internet.
Nice.
The internet. Please don't judge our pirate accents. Okay, so...
Oh, dear.
Sadly, that does bring us towards the end of the show, but we couldn't leave without showing some more of your incredible box builds. So why don't we take a look at another bunch. First up, we have Lily. She made a double-decker maze where she has to work it through the underground section to then get it back to the beginning again. Cool idea.
Wow. This is Florence and Daisy. They made an Australian bushfire loopy lifter. They were rescuing koala bears, kangaroos, wombats, lizards and kookaburras.
Jackson made his very own maze as well, complete with toilet roll tunnels. Nice one, Jackson.
Jensen made this chocolate factory out of cardboard and dressed up as Willy Wonka.
Wow. Amiran made this great castle out of recycled boxes.
Gosh.
So good. And here, James and Thomas, they made a dragon out of cardboard and other bits of recycling too, and they flew all the way around the kitchen on it.
This is Isla, who made a giraffe costume out of cardboard boxes.
Oh, and now, how about Ethan and Aaron? They made a Harry Potter loopy lifter, and they even managed to capture Voldemort in the end.
Look at that, they've got the Quidditch hoops.
Yes, so fun.
Ella and Rafi used cardboard to make periscopes to see round corners. They wanted to make them so that they could hide in the tent and still see the birds eating from the feeders.
Great job, Ella and Rafe. Bertie and Charlie, here we go, last one. They made this huge model of Big Ben using cardboard with help from their dad. Wow.
Amazing. Just realised we haven't done the selfie.
Oh, okay.
Loads of people here are saying Martha and Annie and Mark and Miriam. They're all going, selfie! Bella, loads of people. Okay, right. First things first, if you enjoyed our rather bonkers shadow performance, give us a thumbs up. Click thumbs up. If you're watching live, do it in the live chat. If you're watching back, do it there.
We couldn't see what we were doing. It was hilarious. So thank you.
This
why don't you hold up your bills?
I'll do
there
this.
We go, and I'll hold up some little pirate puppets here. How about that?
Yeah, why don't you do the pirate ship?
Oh, even better. There we
go. All right, you lot, here we go. Get yourself in front of the screen. Get ready for the awkward selfie.
In 3, 2, 1.
It's the awkward selfie.
Pirate edition. Arr! Oh, everyone say R as they do the selfie.
3, 2, 1.
Arr!
Great work. Amazing.
Okay, please do send us your photos of anything you decide to make after today's show. So go away and have lots of fun making shadows. We can't wait to see what you come up with. Just send an email to helloletsgolive@gmail.com and make sure you get a grown-up to do it.
That's it for today's Shadow and Light episode. Tomorrow is Bounce.
Yeah, with a game that we have absolutely loved playing. We're going to show you how to make that.
Links to all the makes are in the video description below. There are downloadable PDFs courtesy of our friends, our maker friends at the Life Science Centre in Newcastle, who we've been collaborating with on Mini Maker Week.
Okay, who have we got in the chat before we go? James in Helens Bay, thank you so much for watching.
Evie, Grace and Freddie from Loughborough.
Lovely. Zara in Cranfield. Hey, Zara.
Luke in Manchester.
Chloe and Amy in Scotland.
Julia and Sophie in Dublin.
I love everybody in the live chat saying
Arr! Love that. Hello to you if you're watching back. Hope you enjoyed today's show. Yeah. That was a lot of fun, man.
It was a lot of fun. I'm still shaking.
I'm still shaking. Got really nervous. We get nervous when we go live anyway, but going live in addition to having the box, the den.
Yeah.
Well done you. That was amazing.
No, brilliant. Please do share the show. Help us to grow the Let's Go Live community. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And of course, as always, stay curious.
Stay curious. We'll see you tomorrow at 11.
Bye.
Bye.